Hey. This is Hovie on my PS4 channel. I'm here today to talk to you guys about Alienation. Best way to describe it is top-down isometric twin stick shooter where you play in a post-apocalyptic landscape. It's a sci-fi theme. The Earth is invaded by aliens. Humans are mutated. There's a whole bunch of new beasts that kind of come into play. So in this particular mission, I'm running through. I have to clear through nests. Okay. There's 3 different classes in this game, very similar to Destiny. It seems to draw a lot of inspiration from that game. It's a shooter looter, similar to, like I said, Destiny, and then also because of the top-down isometric view, I don't think you'd be wrong to compare it also to something like a Diablo or a Helldivers or something like that. But more so, as I said, like Diablo, because um, there's a lot of loot, and basically you go through these well, depends. A lot of the missions are around 15 minutes, which isn't too bad for a quick play. So I actually found myself coming home during lunch to, do a little run, see if I get more equipment, upgrade some of my skills, abilities, as well as some of my weapons. So right now I have a semi-automatic gun, a semi-automatic rifle, I assume, SMG they say, and then I have a pistol which I've also upgraded. Both are uncommon level, and when you reach these uncommon level weapons, they actually have augments, which I believe I go into in this video, but I may not. So yeah, there are all types of interactive pieces in the environment, such as turrets, which I just activated one. As I said, there's lots of loot to pick up. That was a utility core. So yeah, the enemies just keep on coming. This is a game that is often played in a co-op way. I tend to choose to play by myself just because, given how life happens, I often have to get up because the kids are like, Dad, or my wife is needs my attention for a second, so I can just pause it real quick. There's not really a pause in this game. It just continuously goes. So if you try to step away from the television, it's likely that you'll get wiped and end up respawning at the last checkpoint. Now, how checkpoints work in this is very interesting. You basically activate these different nodes, and a shield is also activated, and when you do that checkpoint, I guess that would be an opportunity to run to the bathroom, get a drink, a little something to eat, answer your wife's questions, help the kids with homework, whatever the thing is. But yeah, so that's very interesting. Another thing that I noticed during my playthrough was that the environment is destructible. So if you folks are familiar with this game dev, they're called Housemarque. They're really big in PlayStation. Recently, I'm not sure what they've been doing. I feel like this might have been the last game they came out with. And it's interesting that this one's called Alienation because there's another twin stick shooter they have called Dead Nation, and that one was on PS3. I was not a big fan of that one, also on the Vita. But this one is a lot more my tone. I love zombies and the horror motif, but sci-fi is closer to my heart, being a big Star Trek fan and Doctor Who, just anything sci-fi. But yeah, like I said, interactive environment. A lot of the things are destructible, as you'll see now. If a car gets shot or damaged by one of the enemies, for instance, it's likely to self-destruct. You can kind of use the environment, wisely, smartly, as a weapon in itself. So what you'll see here is me just doing a little bit of running, gunning. There's a dash mechanic, which you'll see, which I've upgraded actually, where you can dash, and when you dash, if you hit the melee button, it actually increases the radius of your melee as well as the strength of it. Another very interesting thing to point out is just about all of the weapons and special attacks are on a cooldown. And as you see, leveling up happens in a very interesting way. You have those little prompts and what have you, nice little effects that go off. But yeah, as I said, basically having a really good time with this. Initially I was a little hard on it, but you know, if you give it a chance, it's actually pretty fun. I gotta be honest, the movement was a lot slower than I expected. I'm used to playing top down isometric, you know, shooters, twin stick shooters especially, which are a little more fast moving. This game almost feels like it was designed, you know, it's 3D clearly, but it was designed in a third person scale, and then just kind of switch the perspective to match, you know, the rest of Housemarque's products. So what I'm doing here is actually an emergent event, kind of like as I said before in Destiny, where, you know, it's been a while since I played Destiny. If I remember correctly, there's different events that happen that are probably on some type of schedule, but it's unbeknownst to the player. So you kind of, and so let me just pause myself. What you just saw there was one of these nodes I was talking about. It activates a shield. So for instance, if I wanted to take a break and walk away, that would be an opportunity for me to do that, as the enemies can't reach you. Even if they get stuck inside the shield, they become docile. So I don't know if it's emitting some type of frequency or it's an actual shield or what. But this mission I'm playing here is to destroy 6, I believe, 6 Xeno nests. And the enemies, the mutants and the aliens in this game are called Xenos. One complaint I had about this mission is very difficult to find the rest of the nests. But overall, you know, got this game for about $2, I think, and it was well worth the purchase. When it first came out, maybe 2017, 2016, it was, I think, somewhere between $20 and $25. Definitely not worth that price. No way. But for the price I paid, I think it's well worth it. It seems to also still be supported online. It has a lot of leaderboards, which are broken down to granular levels. I mean, you have local leaderboards, you have ones as far as your friends, you have global, country-based, region-based, you know, what have you. And then this is what I was talking about before, where if they get stuck in there, they're docile or whatever. But yeah, like I said, it's a good time. This is just me going through some menus real quick, but yeah, overall this is a game I would definitely suggest for someone to play if they can get it for free, or even for that discounted price. I just wouldn't pay 25 or 20, however much the full price is. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this and it was a little informative. Yeah, this is me going through abilities and everything. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. Hopefully I can do more of this in the future, give my little takes on these games. And admittedly, this is a little older game, but you know, I just approach things kind of where if I can't find the resources, I'm assuming there's other people out there looking for the same thing I am. So no one else is doing it, I might as well. Come see me in the future. Peace.